My name's Abby, and I have been a barista for almost 3 years now. And in those 3 years, I have discovered a secret, and I want to share that secret with all of you. That secret is that the average person has absolutely no idea how to order coffee. No idea at all. Sure, some people do, some people have their orders, their go-tos, but the average person just has no idea. So if you are somebody who doesn't know how to order coffee, or you just don't know what to order when you go into a coffee shop, then don't feel bad. You're just like everybody else, trust me. To be honest with you, coffee can be pretty complicated. And your barista definitely does not expect you to research the difference between all the Americanos, cappuccinos, lattes, flat whites, espresso shots, etc. Which is why I'm here today. Now, if you watch till the end of this speech, I promise you that I will teach you how to order your perfect coffee at any coffee shop. So I'm going to do this with 3 main points. The first is going to be, what is coffee? The second is going to be, what type of coffee is best for you? And the third is going to be, how do you personalize your coffee to you? So, starting with my first main point, what is coffee? So I thought a lot about a basic definition of coffee, and this is what I came up with. All coffee, excluding just regular iced and regular hot coffee, is a combination of a type of milk and espresso shots in different quantities, put together in different ways, prepared in different ways. So it's all made from the same stuff, just remember that. So now that you have a basic definition of what coffee is, I'm going to move on to my second point, and I'm going to talk about what type of coffee is best for you. So everybody knows what this is, right? It's a latte. This is the most basic type of coffee that everybody orders, and there are like countless different types of coffee drinks. But for this section, I've picked out just the most popular drinks at my coffee shop personally. So, thedarkroast.com defines a latte as combined espresso shots and milk. And it's very common. A latte is going to have about this much milk in it to this many espresso shots. So that's a pretty big ratio. If you're somebody who enjoys milk more, or you enjoy something that doesn't have a whole lot of caffeine in it, a latte is really great for you. It's very basic. A lot of people like it. The next type of coffee is an Americano, and drinksupercoffee.com defines an Americano as espresso shots topped with water. So an Americano is going to have about this many espresso shots in it, and then filled the rest of the way with this much water. It's basically a very fancy iced or a very fancy hot coffee. And you can add whatever milk you want in it, whatever sugar you want in it, but basically it's going to be very, very strong. So if you're somebody who likes the taste of coffee, then this is good for you. Now, the next type of coffee we're going to be talking about is a cappuccino. This is very similar to a latte. ElmCoffeeRoasters.com defines a cappuccino as espresso shots with steamed milk. So the foam is going to be what makes up most of a cappuccino. If a latte is this much milk and this many espresso shots, a cappuccino is going to be this much foam and this many espresso shots. When you pick it up, it's going to be a lot lighter, which is how you know the difference between the two. People who enjoy cappuccinos like them because they really like the taste of shots, but just want a little bit of like light foam to take the bitterness out of it. Now, the last type of coffee that we're going to be discussing is going to be a macchiato. So you guys may have heard of like caramel macchiatos. They're very popular at Starbucks, but ToKnowYourGrinder.com defines a macchiato as a double espresso with equal parts milk and foam. So it's going to be about this much liquid in total if you just get a macchiato, not a caramel macchiato. It's going to be about this much espresso shots and this much milk. Equal parts is what makes it what it is. All right, and now for all of you who don't like coffee. I didn't forget about you, don't worry. If you go into a coffee shop and you don't actually like coffee but you still want to order something, here are some options for you. You could order a chai tea latte, which is spiced black tea with steamed milk, Or you could order a matcha latte, which is powdered green tea with steamed milk. Both of these taste a whole lot better than they sound like they're going to, and they don't have any coffee in them, but they do both contain a lot of caffeine. So you can still have fun with the rest of us. And now that you hopefully have an idea of what type of coffee is best for you, I'm going to move on to my third point, and that is personalization. Now, all the types of coffee we just discussed can be personalized in several ways. They all come from they can all be both iced and hot, so that's the first thing you get to choose is your preference on that. Now, next, you can also add or change around any type of milk that you want in it. My personal favorite is oat milk, but most coffee shops have 1,000 different types of milks that you can choose from. And you can also add any syrups that you want to it. So any syrups that your coffee shop has. This one's hazelnut, this one's vanilla, two very basic ones. Find the flavors that you like the best, and you can add them to any of these types of coffee that I just told you about. All right, so now that you guys have a good understanding of how to personalize your coffee, we went over 3 main points today. The first, I gave you a basic definition of what coffee is. The second, I talked about the different types of coffee, and hopefully you have a good idea about which one is best for you. And the third, I went over how to personalize your coffee and really make it fit your tastes. So I hope that you have found your new go-to order from this presentation, but if you haven't, then you still don't know what you want, or maybe you want to change up your order every time. I have no idea. But if you're the type of person who wants something new and fun and different every time, I have a surefire way to get good coffee. Are you ready? Ask your barista. Ask them what their favorite drink is, what they think you should get, what the new drinks are, any of the above, and I promise you, you will get a great coffee every single time. I love it. I know my coworkers love it when people ask us what our favorite drinks are, so make sure you do that. It's a guaranteed way of getting a great coffee every time. Thank you for listening.